It's Week 14 of the 2028 season. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Eagles and the Rams under the lights on Sunday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Throwing is Hurts. Pitch and catch to Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Second down and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now he'll try to run with this. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Howell from the gun. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out, something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Here's Hurts to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hurts. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
That's good for an Eagles.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw again. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Now 3rd down and 6.
They'll set up a throw. And this will be caught by Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Eagles hit 9-3 here on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Washington's got it. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. They work now on 2nd and 9.
At the Rams' 19-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he powers his way up past the 30. Sidney Brown in on the tackle. Now 2nd and 5. Again, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And Howe will throw it. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Hey, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space, but big guys leading the way.
Howell completing the quick throw out wide. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Here's Howell. Flush to his right. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Well, this is caught by Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This 2nd and 4. Off play action. It's Howell. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now Howell. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Well, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Gets past 1 man. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. as they've got it as we resume action. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Hurts completing this one quickly.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle here to Brown.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. We get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, and he sets the pace here in the latter stages of the season.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, it's Howell.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 31 yards on the punt there.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. He had the touchdown pass on that previous drive, number 25 for him on the year. And he'll look to keep it rolling, 1st down.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
11 yards for number 11. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
11 yards there, just like last play.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts with career touchdown number 75. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they've wanted to attack.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Powell out of the shotgun. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
Yeah, the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead give up the middle to Williams. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Howell.
He finds his man, complete. It's Walton. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Throwing here, Howell.
Incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Back to throw, Howell.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
And once more, Howell back to the air.
Catch made here by Campbell. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. In motion, the tight end.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Howell down to throw it.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Back to throw now on first down. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the Lions who were able to come away with the home victory. A field goal was the difference. 27-24, the final. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. The final, 23-7. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the Arizona Cardinals. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Rams offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And as we hit the home stretch here, you can see he leads all NFL wideouts in touchdown grabs this season.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive.
Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back, continue to throw the ball effectively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
At the 13-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll drop to throw. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route,
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from a yard out. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend.
Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
L.A. readies for its next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now Howell. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Howell.
And he checks this one down to Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down to about the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 16. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
You know, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
They're going to look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Eagles are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Rams ready to go on offense. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And Howe will throw it.
His throw incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Washington. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
2nd down and 6 now.
2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line.
They'll set up to throw.
And he'll get it right back to Washington. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Complete to Darnell Washington. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal, a loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Campbell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. Throwing here, Howell.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And once more, Howell back to the air.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Howell down to throw it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
Here's 3rd and 7.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
91 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now 2nd and 3. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
3rd down and 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
The partner under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Eagles, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Rams, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.